E7 2020 Celebration Limited Pack Sale. So what would an update or anniversary be without some packs, right, guys? Okay, guys, a lot of people are saying, well, of course they're selling packs. They're money hungry and greedy. What the hell do you think this is? It's a business. Of course they want money. And some of these packs, they're pretty nice. This doesn't mean you have to spend. This doesn't mean they're greedy. It means they're a business and they want to support their game. So if you want to support the game back, whip out your wallet and buy the stuff. If you don't want to support the game, then vote with your feet and stay free to play. Personal decision. I think it's fine either way, guys. Okay, so in celebration of a successful conclusion of the World Cup, E7 2024 Celebration Pack will be available for purchase. Celebration Pack number 1 and number 2. Celebration number 1 pack has got 1 artifact selector, 1 hero selector. The way selector tickets work is the moment the selector ticket is available, it should work on any unit in the game that's prior to when the ticket comes out, unless they have special conditions. And you see these say 7 popular artifacts, 7 popular heroes. So these have conditions. Be very aware of these conditions before you buy these packs, or you could be facing disappointment. But the selector tickets that we're going to get from the anniversary event, those do not appear conditional. So those will work on any unit that's banner is not currently finished. So like when those tickets drop, Frida's banner will still be up. You can't use them to get Frida. Earlier banners, like say Wukong, for example, you will be able to use them there because they work on any unit that was before the pack dropped. You also get a bottle of knowledge, which I'll tell you what, bottles of knowledge for whales, that is the big, this is the reason a lot of end game players are buying these, is just for the bottles. Everything else is just imprints. They just want those bottles of knowledge. And then we've got Celebration Pack number 2. And Celebration Pack number 2 has a ML5, we'll call it a semi-selector, right? We'll get into the details on this, but it pulls from a pool of only 12 ML5s, and it randomly seeds your results with 3 of those units. And after it seeds those results with those 3 units, you can choose one of those 3. So it's a very, very conditional selector. Other than that, it comes with some other nice stuff, an unknown slate, some leaves, that kind of stuff. So let's go over the meat and potatoes of this pack.
This gonna have generous prices like the Luna packs.
Possible, but unlikely. They're already being insanely generous, and they want people to buy the existing packs, and the Luna packs are such insane value that people don't spend money on other packs. I think we'll see anniversary packs, and they want those to sell. They don't want them to be overshadowed by the insane Luna packs. I suspect, especially with all the extra gear and stuff they're giving, I think you'll see those packs again, but I don't think you'll see those packs very often. They made Smilegate a lot of money, but they also completely shut down the rest of the store. Nobody spent money on anything. Nobody bought Mystic packs while those packs were up, for example, except for the most serious whales. So the big question is, how much are these going to cost? I think the way Smilegate values things, that they would price these at $100 each. But I think that Smilegate is trying to really bring the hype and is being incredibly generous on every other metric. And they might do so on this, and that these might only be $50 a pop. So we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see how heavily they price these. Selectors are amongst the highest value things that Smilegate puts out. I'd expect them to be $100, but they might be as low as 50. Let's get into how these work, right? So the 5-star artifact and 5-star hero summon tickets, these are the only units you can get from them. So be aware of that. When you buy these selector tickets, you are agreeing that you are going to only select from this pool of 7 heroes. And the reason for these heroes is these are heroes and artifacts that were used in the World Cup finals. That's how they seeded this list. So you can get Laia, who is limited, Janua, who is not. You could get Galililius, who is limited. You could get Nakwal, who is not. Ravi, who is not limited. Lua, Lua's not limited. And you can get Ocean Breeze Lulika, who is limited. So there's your pool of 3 limited units and 4 non-limited units that you can select with that ticket. If you have or don't want any of these units, maybe this pack isn't for you. As for the artifacts you can get you can get Lia's artifact, Sweet Miracle, which is limited. You could get Bird's Eye View, which is not limited, but now with Frida is an artifact that a lot of people really kind of want. I can't imagine using a limited selector ticket on a non-limited artifact, but you do you. If that's going to make your account work better, do what you want. Guiding Light, the most important ranger artifact out there, that's limited, and you can never have enough. Wind Rider is, we'll call it pseudo-limited, right? It's not technically limited. It can drop from random Covenant summons any day. It could be in your 10th summon. It oftentimes appears in the Powder Shop rotation, but it's not bound to any hero. So there's never going to be a banner that just comes with Wind Rider on it. So this is an artifact that a lot of people might want to pick up because they'll consider it a limited artifact, even though it's not technically limited. Secret Art Storm Sword is not limited. That's Celine's artifact. Fairy Tale for a Nightmare is limited. That's Fairy Tale Tenebria's artifact. And Elbrus Ritual Sword isn't limited, but this is kind of like the tags book for knights. You just never seem to have enough of this artifact. Same with Ubris. Yeah, same with Ubris, same with Bloodstone, same with Celestine. There's a lot of artifacts that are not tied to unit banners anymore or at all, so they're quasi-limited. You can only get them from random summons or when they just happen to appear in the Powder Shop or from these kind of selector tickets. So if you're buying pack number 1 to get these limited selectors and you want to get them to pick up, I don't know, Lethe and Lethe's artifact, you're SOL. They only work on these specific units. So be aware of that before you drop cash on that. Now this right here, let's talk a minute about this one. This got a lot of people's attention. They immediately thought, oh my god, it's an ML5 selector. They don't do ML5 selectors, guys. They haven't since 2019, and they aren't anytime soon. That's in a case of emergency, break glass kind of a reward, and it is kind of bad for the game in ways that I'm not going to get into right now. The closest thing we have to a selector is the Headhunt event. Though it's not been announced yet, the Headhunt event is always tied to Global Anniversary, which is in November 8th or 9th range, and it's a 90-day long event, so November through January, usually ending in February. Usually when you do the Headhunt event, unless you're giga unlucky, you get your ML5 of choice sometime around Christmas, so keep that in the back of your mind. It's happens so many times now it's expected, and I really seriously doubt that Smilegate will table it. They may table the anniversary and roll all the anniversaries into one, and they'll just call the Headhunt event a New Year's celebration thing or something, right? But this ticket, right? 12 popular heroes, you can choose from 3. So these are the 12 heroes. Ambitious Tywin, who is one of the, if not the most important mitigation and support knights in the game. Death Dealer Ray, who is one of the strongest control units in the game, and control is giga strong right now. Dragon Bride Senya, who is a very, very powerful knight. Urban Shadow Shu is one of the strongest injury units. I'm curious to see how Urban Shadow Shu and Alencia butt heads for top choice and placement for single target injury damage. Abyssal Euphine, who even a year later is one of the strongest DPS knights in the game. Blood Moon Haste. I mean, Blood Moon Haste is okay, right? I mean, he's not that bad. You could maybe use him here or there. I'm kidding. This guy's insane. Navy Captain Landy, strongest DPS knight in the game. Sylvan Sage Vivian. A lot of people sleep on this girl, and she is, I think after seeing her in World Cup, people are starting to realize just how powerful she is. Requiem Rowana. If you've got Zeo and you don't have Requiem Rowana, you're running at half capacity. She is insane. I especially like her on really, really high attack, but you can also run her on really high effectiveness for control. Sea Phantom Polly is so damn strong that they buffed Lionheart Sirmia just to try to deal with Sea Phantom Polly. Lone Crescent Bologna. The goddess has fallen off a little bit, but she is still one of the best answers to Navy Captain Landy. And Dragon King Sharoon, who is on her own doesn't look like much, but she really is really strong into Death Dealer Ray, who is really strong into pretty much everything. So there are no L's on this list, right? Everything on this list is either S or A tier. So if you don't have any of these units at all, this value is insane. If you have half of the units on this list, you have a better shot than not at getting one of the units that you want, right? Because the way this is going to work is when you click this button, when you fire up this ticket, 3 of these units are going to randomly seed into a list. Maybe your list will say Abyssal Fiend, Blood Moon Haste, Navy Captain Landy. Maybe it'll say Sea Phantom, Polylone, Crescent, Bologna, Dragon, Shroon. Maybe it'll say Ambitious Tywin, Shu, and Rowana. Randomly, 3 are going to pop in. There's no reset, there's no resort, there's no reshuffle. Those 3 are going to show up on your list, and you can pick one of them. So you have a... If you are fishing for just one unit, you have a 3 in 12 chance of that unit seeding into your list. A 25% chance if you're just fishing for one unit. But if you have 3 units on this list, you're well over a 50% chance to have the unit you want seed into your list. So if there are 9 or more units that you want on this list, then you're getting one of the units you want, right? So yeah, this is really, really nice, and the fewer units you have, the better it is. If you're like my friend Sue, and the only thing you want on this is Dragon Bride Senya, and this thing is, say, $100, I hope it's 50, but say it's $100, you could spend $100, and all you'll get is an imprint on 3 units that you already have and didn't really want, and some other stuff. And it's going to feel really bad. This is a major gotcha for end-game players. But for early game players, for mid-game players who are just starting to break into PvP, that are wanting to dip their toes into RTA, they're wanting to get their master skin and stuff, this gives them immediate access to one of the best meta ML5s in the game currently, and that's pretty damn cool. So is this a good pack? If you need those units, and there's a lot of them on that list that you want, yeah, this could be a very good pack. Same with this one. Once again, the packs are slanted more towards new to mid-game players than they are towards end to late game players. End to late game players are across the board going to say things like, the value's not as good. I don't know. I think it's a skip. I think it's overpriced. New and beginning play or new and mid-game players are going to look at this and be like, holy crap, I'm getting Galililius and Guiding Light, and now I can do things I could never do before. I need all of these units. This is insane value. So it really depends on where you are in the game, and of course, the money that you have to spend. Make sure you are spending money you have to spend and not money you don't have to spend. And if Sue buys this pack, please send him the good vibes. I have never seen anybody in my life more down bad for a unit than Sue is for Dragon Bride Senya. Okay, so that was the World Cup celebration pack. Now let's get into the Foundation Day celebration packs. So what are our anniversary packs? Okay, so 2024 Celebration Foundation Pack. So, you know, 15 lease, free Covenant summons, all this. This will be a very inexpensive pack, guys. This will be, you know, $10 to $30. This is a nice pack that's going to increase hype because it's loaded with some RNG summons. Now, a couple of things I want to point out. This is a hair misleading for new players, right? Elemental Summon Connection Chest times 15 really makes it seem like you're getting 15 summons, right? You're not. It's 15 of these summon tickets. It should say Elemental Summon Tickets Selection Chest. So you're getting 15 tickets. It takes 5 tickets per summon. This is 3 summons. This isn't 15 summons. It's 3 summons for your money. So make sure you're getting what you expect out of the money you spend. You're getting 3 summons here. And the other thing is this 24x rate up for a 5-star hero. This is making people think that these are somehow improved, that they're better chances than normal elemental summon tickets, and they're not, guys. What this means is if you go into summons and you look at a normal Covenant summons and you click this little moon head here to look at the rates, you will see that the chance for a 5-star hero is 1.25% chance, right? Elemental summon. 4 to 5 star rate. 30% chance. 1.25% times 24% chance is 30%. It's exactly the same. They operate exactly the same as normal elemental summon tickets for your chance to get a 5-star. So it's, I don't know if it's intentional, if it's marketing, if it's bad translation. Like I said, this is not a 24x rate up above what's normally there. 24x rate up means that these are 30% chance to get a 5-star. That's normal, and this means 3 summons, not 15. So I hope you guys catch all that. Pack number 2, we've got a 5-star artifact summon ticket and a bunch of 4 to 5-star artifact summon tickets. So this is a nice artifact pack, right? It's got artifact charms, it's got powder. This is not a selector. And even though there are 3 of them pictured here, you get 1. So you get 10 guarantee, or 10 4 to 5-star artifacts at a 30% chance for it to be a 5-star. This means on average you should get 3 5-star artifacts from this if you're lucky, and you get a 4th one guaranteed. So odds of averages are you get at least 4 5-star artifacts from this, maybe more, and then a whole pile of 4-star artifacts. And you're going to get a lot of powder that you could maybe use, especially when you sell the 4-star junk you don't want. A lot of powder to be able to buy more stuff in the artifact shop, in the powder shop, and you get charms to level it. This is really nice. And this will probably be in the $50 to $100 range. This will probably be in the $50 to $100 range. Normally, I would say both of these are $100, and this is probably going to be, you know, $10 and $30, right? But they're being so generous, maybe the prices will be cut in half. Wouldn't that be nice? Hey, Deity, thanks for the gift and sub, buddy. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. Me and Deity had a small bet going on about whether or not there is going to be a PC client for this game, and I won. So Deity won last time, and I had to gift him a sub, so I guess now we're even. So this is kind of the same pack as pack number 3, except pack number 3 is artifact-oriented. The pack number 4 is unit-oriented. You will get 20 summon tickets. So if the odds are in your favor, this means you're probably going to get, wow, 6 or 7 5-star units, and then 1 guaranteed 5-star unit. And then you get everything you need to max out one of them, more or less, right? You get a Potion of Ascension to take it to level 60. You get an Awakening Elixir to finish out all of your awakenings. You get enough Penguins to make it level 60. You get a Slate to give it an imprint. And you get enough Molagora to, I don't know, tickle one of its skills. They're skimping a little on the Molagora, but hey, what can you do? This is a nice pack, especially for newer players. It's all gotcha and random. It could all be any unit. There are no selectors in this whatsoever. So don't think you're getting a selector. And you can buy them each once per account. We have a welcome back pack for returning players. I can't remember what the conditions are on how long you have to be, does it say down here? You have to have not logged into Epic 7 for more than 30 days and return. You'll be flagged as a returning heir and the pack will be available to you. So 30 days. So if you have been offline, and this thing is not going to be around for 30 days, so you can't just say, I'll just not play and get this later. First of all, that would be incredibly stupid with the rewards right now. So this is truly for returning players. People who haven't logged into Epic 7 for 30 days will get 200 summons to the tune of 40 per day for the first 5 days, and a bunch of stuff. It's nice. It's really nice, and it's not something you should care about not getting. Yeah, also be aware that you can only be a returning player once a year. So it's not, this kind of stuff's not abusable. And that's our World Cup packs. That's actually very reasonable. They're not like bombarding us with 10,000 packs and appearing to be super scummy in a time when they're bringing back goodwill. So that's kind of nice. Really nice high value packs. I expect most of them to be 50 to 100, guys. I don't think they're going to discount them with so few of them out there. But fingers crossed. Maybe they do. Maybe they continue their generous streak.